Press the bell icon to never miss an update from placement interviews.
Hi, I'm Sankalp. I'm a student of IP University, New Delhi. I scored 334 on the GRE. Most of the reputed engineering, or basically the engineering graduate programs in the world on the lines of MIT, Stanford and Caltech do accept GRE scores. Apart from the engineering programs, the MBA programs accept them as well. On all reputed MBA programs, Harvard, Stanford, etc. do need you to take the GRE. So you can basically check up the list of the colleges that you need to apply to on the ETS website and see if they accept scores for GRE. The GRE cost is $205 and when you when you're applying for the GRE, you can basically fill up the application fee online and they give you test ID and your test date. On the test date, you need to provide the names of 4 colleges where you need to send your test scores free of cost. Otherwise, for every additional score that you report, you need to expend $50. So I advise you to just before the GRE, and you'll get an idea of the rough score that you'll be getting. So just research a bit on the colleges that you like to apply to, so that on the test day you can basically provide those 4 colleges that you'll send your ETS GRE score directly to. So these schools that accept both GRE and GMAT for their admissions have basically comparison charts that they use to basically map scores between applicants. So let us say an applicant has given a GRE score and another applicant has given a GMAT score. So along those predetermined scales, they can basically put both of those applicants in the same boat in a sense, where the GRE and GMAT score is neither advantageous or disadvantageous to either of the applicants. So you can basically give any of those tests. So when you're registering for the GRE, you can basically provide your email ID that you need to basically apply for GRE in the first case, and you can apply for the ETS service that basically provides your scores to prospective grad schools that may be interested in basically hiring you. Hiring is maybe not the right word, basically they're admitting you. So on the registered email ID, you'll get mails from those universities or the colleges that will have access to your scores. And that is a way in which ETS basically matches you with the colleges that are right for you. So that is an added service that they provide, and it is completely free of cost. So I definitely recommend that. So the the general GRE test has 3 sections within it. The AWA, the analytical writing section, where you need to basically write 2 paragraphs. One, defending an issue, and second, basically defending or opposing an argument. The second section is the quantitative section that tests your mathematical skills with generic basically topics in like probability, permutations, combination, stuff like that. The third section is the verbal section or the English section, which tests your ability to basically read and comprehend English text. So the computer delivered general GRE test requires you to use basically a keyboard and a mouse to answer the questions. That is very general and that is understood as well. But the thing is that you get questions displayed to you on the screen and you can basically use the mouse to select the correct options. The thing is that the UI is very user friendly and you can basically interact with it in a way that you interact with paper. The sections are basically, you can see you can transfer between sections very easily and there is no added disadvantage to it. The peripherals that are provided to you for giving the test are top notch. So the computer delivered general GRE test is something that is really close to the paper wala part, but it just eliminates the you can see the redundancies that may arise. So that is how it works. So the GRE quantitative section or the math section tests your mathematical skills in basically areas which are basically found in class 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th maths. Very general areas on the lines of probability, algebra, basic algebra, polynomials and stuff, and permutations and combinations, simple, and basically the other statistical measures, mean, median, modes, and of course there's a section for geometry. So the course content for the math section is not too large. There are basically a set of at max 100 formulas for 10 chapters. So what you've got to do within the test is basically apply them. So the level for questions is not something that is too complex in terms of the formulas or the underlying theories involved. What really matters within the GRE math section is how you apply those formulas. So the level isn't too high, but of course you need to understand the questions and answer them in a proper way.
Awesome.